Listen to the Vibes.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Listen to the Vibes. And I'm very happy to welcome Michaell Magrutsche here. He is an artist and a writer, and we're going to get to know him and have a great conversation. So let's kick this off right. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, Cal. Thank you so much for giving me a canvas to paint and paint especially for human centricity versus system relevance, because I think this is why 90% of problems that we have currently in humanity by misunderstanding our human centricity being part of nature and our system relevance, doing the right job, doing the right thing, whatever we have to do, And I think, I was born in Vienna, in Austria. I was a sick child, and I went to school. And in school, I got the second punch in my face, which is basically I couldn't understand. I was so neurodiverse. I couldn't understand. I was stuttering. I couldn't read. I understood the thing, but I couldn't regurgitate. I understood. Okay, 2 and 2 is 4. But I couldn't regurgitate, minus 16, minus 6. I couldn't do that. So my brain basically froze up. So I have 8 years of education, and 2 of those years I repeated the grades, which was also very dramatic for me. Because when you're like 10 years old and you're together with 8-year-olds, that is, tough.
Yeah.
And I could never fit into any system because of my neurodiversity. So I could never fit into systems or be system relevant. And through that, I discovered creating art because I was into motorcycles. I couldn't do school or whatever. So everything that interests me, I did. So we created a hut in the woods. We drove motorcycles and so I got into art creation, which, got me some money. I was a DJ. Sold tapes out of my trunk. So this is what my survival, art creation was basically my survival at that time. And at 30, I decided I'm an artist, even though I'm not famous or anything, but I couldn't do anything else. And I think this was a pivotal point when you really get what you are, because that led to being in television, sales, producing, working with Robert Evans, who did The Godfather in Chinatown, without education or anything. And I was from Austria. Who cares, And then I became an arts commissioner. And my whole success was being human-centric, being about humans and valuing other humans and dance with other humans versus being, I got to do this. I got to cheat this person because to get system relevant, then I get at the job. I need to kiss this person's butt because then I get this job or whatever. I was chosen by 6 people in the council to be 6 of 7, and the 7 didn't know me, but 6 of 7 that selected me as an arts commissioner. So without being famous, without doing anything, it's just, and that's what really got me to write my last book, The Smart of Art, where I actually segregated the product of art and the creation of art. And I realized, and this was when I'm 52 or something, I realized the creation, the journey is so important that you enjoy the journey and you milk the journey. It's not like what spirituality says, it's about the journey. No. Enjoy the journey, every moment. I'm here with you. I'm not worrying about, I need to get my tax papers ready. I need to run the dog. I need to go shopping. Be here. Milk the moment that you are with another human being, because only other human beings, even if you fight with them, get you fulfillment. And fulfillment means you are one of 8 billion people that has a unique DNA, unique fingerprints, unique eyes, and which from your family has a different view on life than anybody else. So there is no system that's saying, okay, those are the facts and this is correct. No. Because we are all unique. And by me talking to you, I'm widening my perspective of my own life. So the connection of humans and nature, understanding nature, is widening our perspective of our own life.
Well, I love talking with folks. This has been a great
Yeah,
outlet for me doing the
yeah,
podcast. I'm disabled, so I'm not
yeah,
working anymore, and
yeah.
that used to be where I'd go and I'd talk to people. You know,
Mhm.
I worked for the city, so I'm all over the city.
Yeah,
Got to meet wonderful folks, and once I was disabled and stuck in the house, the only interactions I really had was with my family. And
yeah,
they're wonderful, but sometimes you need to broaden that a little bit,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Widen your perspective. That's why we discuss. We're not saying I'm the expert, you're the idiot, or you are you are the authority and I'm not. We don't say this. This is system relevant talk. And human talk is we just contribute both to this dance and we widen our perspective. And in that we get better and we also find our fulfillment because fulfillment is the individual, is your individual. If you, because whatever fulfills me doesn't fulfill you. So when you can chase fulfillment and find it, it means that you are on the right path. It's the emotional feedback. So if you say, this is really fulfilling me, if I do this, or I did that, I need to do it because system relevant said I need to do it. You go always with the fulfillment because the fulfillment is not a gluttony or anything. It's just, no, I can look at this and say, no, I'm more fulfilled. If I die in an hour, what would I do? And it fulfills me to talk to Michael, for example, instead of cleaning my bathroom because that's system relevant. So that's, and you do that and you find more and you heal. Basically you heal. We have everything. We are humans are built that heals everything. Our body, when you cut yourself, it heals.
Mhm.
So we trust nature and we are part of nature. And once we realize that, we are good. And you feel it yourself. I mean, you and you have to also express yourself. That's why it's so good to express yourself because you're not here to just consume. You're not here to buy Netflix, eat junk food, and do all this stuff. You're not here to do your job that isn't really you. You got to express yourself. And that's why podcast is such a magical medium.
Oh, I love it. I've been through so much, both physically and
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah.
And I know there's other people out there that have gone through just as much or even more than I
Yeah.
have.
Mm-hmm.
And finding that guest who can come on and inspire and motivate other people, this this is what I'm trying to build. The whole platform. It's not to, become famous or to make a
No,
whole
it's
bunch of
bullshit. Yeah.
money and all that
No.
stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll gladly take the money, but the whole point is to get the message out there. Hey, I've been through what you've been through. This is how I overcame, and you can do the same.
Mhm.
That is my fulfillment right there. Only problem I have is a lot of times I'll bring folks on and they talk about whatever they want to talk about, and then they just kind of forget that they were on the show. They don't try to promote it or anything. And I'm not saying you just absolutely have to, but it's nice.
I always promote wherever I go. I
Right,
always
right.
promote. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's of course it's helping me, but it's helping you as well.
It happens to humans. No, it's not about me and you. It's not about having 1,000 views on it. If we help one human being, we did our
Mhm.
job. It's not about 10,000. Oh, I have 100 people that listen to it, but I wanted 10,000. This is bullshit. This is the system relevance.
Right.
It is because you don't even know the people. And anybody that has a million viewers, or I have like, I don't know, I have 1,000 followers on LinkedIn, for example. You don't know these people.
Right.
That could be bots, that could be, but if you follow me, then I say, hey, I know Kyle. I've talked to him. He's a buddy of mine. So we have a contact. So, and then you say something that's important. But if anybody else that I don't know say anything, this is nothing. Because everybody wants attention. See, this is the whole thing of system
Hmm.
relevance. Everybody wants attention, but in nature, when do you get attention? when either you want to mate with another mate, right? You blow up as an animal, or you want to tell somebody stay away. You burr or whatever. That you say, let me engage you. Let me growl at you to stay away because I'm gonna heal my thing. But there's no end of it. There's no reason. It's all attention for nothing.
Mhm.
Because attention doesn't. Because I think Snoop Dogg just did he just said that. He said he did 1 billion downloads and he got $42,000 for that. 1 billion humans listened to his song and he got $42,000. And it's just 1 million is, I think, 4. 1 million is 4. And it's just systems always take advantage and they sell that everybody is consuming. But humans need to express themselves. And that's why I say, art creation is so important. When you have a kid, I know this kid that is so over anxious. And I said, please give him something to express himself. Make him sing, make him do a sport, whatever he likes, because he needs to get that energy out. And then with that energy, you'll find yourself. You say, oh, that's me. I did it in my art. I got my self-esteem and everything, not from people saying, oh, you're the greatest, because I wasn't the greatest. Wasn't system relevant. I got the greatest because I see myself of what I do. It's almost like you said, I have the idea of making a podcast. Boom, now you're making a podcast. And now you tweak the podcast and you learn more and more and more about you. Yeah. In talking to others, but you learn more about you. And that gives you self-confidence, calmness, not anxiety, all this stuff.
Well, I get just as much out of this as my audience does.
Exactly.
The only thing is I get a little bit more because, being that I'm a part of it. Yeah. And I meet so many great people. It's like I take a little piece of them every time that I have an interview. And it's always something that I can improve my life on. And my point to being, whenever you come on the show, don't just stop at promoting your own show.
Bullshit.
Promote
It's
other,
system relevant.
yeah, promote
you
other
have a
people.
Conversation.
Yeah.
No, if people like me and they want buy my book, if they like this conversation, they say, okay, I want to know more about him. But it's not about the sale. This is when you make system relevance more important, because the whole world is working on financial principles that are flawed because they only punish you when you don't pay your taxes. You don't, do their business, you get to jail. But they don't reward. Where is the reward? Everything has balance. Everything in nature has balance. So we're in systems, in financial principles, is the reward. So it's saying, okay, he paid 5 years his taxes correctly. Now 1 year he doesn't have to. Or he did enough, so we give him a better credit or less interest. We don't have a balance in financial principle. That's why everybody, our water, our humans, our humanity, we are like fish. Our water it's never enough. Whatever you do great with your job. Now, you have to do more. Next quarter, you have to do more. You did great sales. Oh, next year, you have to do more. And it's never enough, and you can never enjoy life. Even if you hit the quarter or surpass the quarter, you can't celebrate because tomorrow it's over and you have to start again. Yeah. And people have to understand that we have to value enough to be sustainable, and not the reason that not even if we had always enough, always think, and we don't need to worry about enough, but we also have to be enough because we have to express ourselves. Humans learn to express through art, through a podcast, we have to express ourselves, not systemically. I'm the expert, you're the idiot, or whatever. No, it's like we have to express ourselves, like we talked before the show. Yeah, you told me about yours, I told you about mine. So you have to express yourself, and that's so important because you're listening to yourself while you're expressing yourself, or while you're creating something. You create a motorcycle. That motorcycle has a reflection on you and says, oh my God, I didn't know that I was so crazy for that blue metallic, or whatever. And that Chrome, I know now, understand why people like Chrome, or why people like the horsepower or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you learn constantly. And I think that is so important. And you cannot have that in a society right now where everybody's producing like a crazy person. Everybody is giving everything away, and people have not the time to consume this. That's the problem. We don't have the time to consume it, and we need to express ourselves. And we don't have the time to express ourselves. So no consumption, no expression. So basically, we work in a job that isn't really us, where we can express us. Even if we like, let's say you get the job that you really like, but it's not you. It's not you a podcast. You're working for somebody else. So you have to always guard that job. And then you come home, you're tired, and you're upset because you worked 8 hours and not expressing yourself fully. And you come home and then you eat. You eat at night, which is the worst thing. And then you should express yourself. And you say, I can't express myself. I'm tired. I worked a job 8 hours. And only a job that is not yours makes you tired. Because I'm up since 3 o'clock this morning. I love what I do because it's all about my thing. I'm not rich, but I'm loving what I do, And then you at night, you have to watch, then you're tired, you eat the frustration down. And then what you're doing, you're watching Netflix. Yeah. It's just, you can't just consume. You are unique, one of 8 billion people. And to find yourself and help all other humans is to express yourself in some way or form. Doesn't have to be with others, make a motorcycle, create a piece of art, doesn't matter.
And I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse here, but my point was that if, say, let's take you for instance, you promote your episode, and people come and watch it, and then you just leave it right there, and people aren't so interested in coming back. But if you keep promoting it, and there's someone else that's a guest that can help a certain person, then they're getting something out of it. It's not about me getting the numbers. It's about trying to help other folks. My greatest fulfillment was when I got a message from someone saying, thank you for bringing so-and-so on your show. They really helped me. And there's no better feeling than that. Knowing that you helped at least one person. Exactly.
Nothing in the world. And I could say, oh, you got 1,000 viewers on this. And you would say, okay, great. But when somebody literally says, Kyle, you transformed my life. Kyle, because you said that, it completely changed my life. Because you did this. And this is why I'm saying that we need to talk to each other. We need to be human-centric and not system-relevant. Because human-centric is the priority where we expand our perception. From your family, everybody has a different view on life. And we're all grown up in the same family. So why should everybody? But even in the family, everybody has a different view. And that's why talking to each other, not just texting on the freaking phone, And when I see young kids, you know what I tell them? I'm not upset that they use it. I want them to understand why they use it. It says, you know why you were using? Because you're a herd animal. And you like to be in touch with the herd. You have a feeling as a human, especially when you're still procreating, when you have the hormones, to make babies. You gotta be in the thing to be part of the tribe. And by texting your tribe, so only text to people. Don't go into games and all that stuff. And know that why you're doing it is because you need to connect with other humans.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in that context, you can be all day on the phone, as long as you know that, but not instinctively just, okay, grab the phone. And I have people that go, when I'm in a jacuzzi, have you seen this? You go in a jacuzzi or something, and all the women have their freaking phone. Men, not so much, but all the women have their phone and are on the phone. And they said, hey, you are in the jacuzzi, this outside, look at the woods, look at this thing, how beautiful. No. They're on the thing because they don't know why they do it. But I think when you tell them why they do it, then it's more helpful. It's all about awareness. It's not about 3 steps or you got to meditate, you got to do this, no, it's all about awareness. Why you do what you do, because you're one of one and nobody can tell you what to do. You resonate with what is right for you.
One thing that I've noticed is that it seems like the way media and social media is set up now, it's as if they want you to just be selfish all the time. Just look at me, look at me, look at me. And you don't take the time to get to know someone else. That's another reason why I like podcasting, is getting to know someone and what they've experienced in life. And of course, yeah, you have to be a bit selfish at times. You got to take care of yourself and what have you, but man, take some time to help someone else. I mean,
but you're helping somebody. You see, this is tricky because obviously you cannot help anybody if you don't help yourself first.
Right.
So if I'm not me, I'm just coming and say, Kyle, help me out, promote my book, do this. Oh, Kyle, what should I do? I'm so upset about the whole world. It's never going to get anybody. Nobody wants to hear negative stuff. Nobody wants to hear how great you did in the past either. They want to see what you can deliver right now and who you are right now. And I feel the tricky thing of social media is that we have only two different kind of people. The top people, that are actually playing, because the top people, not all the top people playing social media. The real rich people, they're far away from, because they're busy. Yeah. But the top people that use, to their fame and to their relevance, system relevance, use media. Let's say, Beyonce and all these, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they become the idols. So they show what they do. Might not even do that, but they show how they do it. And the rest of us is only posting how we live the same lifestyle that they live. So basically, there's the stars that live that style and they can afford it. And there's the rest of us that pretends, that only makes a photo when we're at the new restaurant, all dressed up or whatever. And we produce ourselves as the top people. So there is no difference. So you can't even figure out, why is this? And I never would want to talk to, if I had my own podcast, I would never, and I have my own podcast, it's 30 seconds, which is just a quote on art. But, and a question, but I would never want to talk to famous people. Because system relevant, all about the famous people. I know everything about Elon Musk I need to know. There's nothing I wanted to know, because it's not about me wanting to know, it's having a conversation like I have with you. And I think you were probably 10 times more interested in my perspective of life than Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. Because I know everything systemically what they want me to know. So why would they give me more if I talk to them privately? So everybody is very important. Every human is one of 8 billion. Not in system relevance. I don't care about system relevance. You're one of one, and that's important. And if we hope obviously there's a lot of people listen to this, but if only one, and we help that one person, or we widen that perspective of that person, makes a better world.
Oh, definitely. Well, one thing I can kind of compare that to is when I worked for the city and I was a supervisor. There were other supervisors that they just thought they knew everything, didn't want to hear anybody else's ideas, what have you. And even down to when I ran a crew, it didn't matter if you were the guy working down in the hole or I usually was on the equipment digging and stuff. Yep. And somebody down there might see something differently than what you see at the top of the hole.
Exactly.
And say, oh, can we try this? Well, you might have discovered an easier way of doing something, instead of doing the same old, same old.
Mhm.
So everybody had equal say. Now, granted, yes, you had a leader and they have to
Yeah.
be the final authority on it, but you can't be a good leader if you're not listening to the other people in the group.
Absolutely. It's all about collaboration. It's not about dictation. It's the collaboration. Yeah, you system relevant are the leader, but the leader is the guy that keeps all the plates spinning. And if the plates don't spin, you can't just say, "Oh, screw you," and put it away. No, it's your thing. It's not you. You keep all the people at their best, and not to force them and says, I said, "Hey, Chief, I'm tired. Can I take a break?" I said, "Yeah, take a freaking break." Not, "No, I want you to push this through." No, bullshit. And when, like you said, when somebody says, "Hey, what about doing this differently?" Explain it, verbalize it, let me see, and then let's do it. Yeah, let's try it. It's all about collaboration. We are so powerful when our uniqueness, everybody's one of 8 billion, right? When we work together, we see nature, we see God, we see the power that we have, that we are not, and this is empowering. That is so empowering, you know?
Do you have a specific medium that you work in?
Art, I do everything. I'm painting, and I haven't painted a lot. I have painted a couple of things, but I haven't painted a lot because I'm writing so much right now. So much comes right now into me. So I'm writing a lot. I'm painting, writing, did film, have a script. I express myself in, like all artists, every human has a lot of things you express, and I'm not so interested right now into painting art, but I'm very interested about writing, and I'm always interested about music, creating music. I'm always, and I look at it from a leaning back and says, okay, this is a part I express myself in podcasts. It's like I use the expression to find who is this energy behind me, behind my body, behind being male, because male is a system definition too. Male and female, race, that's completely system conditioned. And we, over generations, we think, oh, men are strong, women are weak. This race is this race is that. It's BS. Because nature, do you think that a zebra says, oh my God, the giraffe must be better because it's taller than me? No, that nobody cares about feminine either, except in mating seasons. Nobody cares if the female zebra or the horse does this or that. Nobody. This is all conditioned. And when you try to systemize equality, we are equal by nature. We are 8 billion different people. We are equal by nature. We are not defined. We define ourselves by saying a woman are this way and men are this way and races are this way and sexuality is this way. Bullshit. Because men that are more feminine than any woman, women that are more masculine and more harder managers than any man can be. And it's not the gender. It's a human. It's another human. And you like that human or you don't. Doesn't matter what race, what gender. If you hate that guy because he's a certain race, that has nothing to do with the race. Because we are all humans. We are 8 billion different humans. We cannot say, oh, the race can also be, or the gender can also act what the system says. And then obviously you're right in classifying certain things because they're playing what the system says for generations. They're acting it out. You have a lot of racism in races because they, even in racism, why would be the lightest skinned person be more valuable than the darker? That's a racism within racism. That is, it is. And why would be a very masculine woman a great woman for a woman? A tough player that is very system relevant, be a better woman than a woman that is a great mother and cares for her husband or whatever. I mean, there's no, everything is different. Nothing is right or wrong. But we try to do generalizing patterning and saying, this is a strong man because he kills everybody. This is, she's a bad woman because she cares all about her kids. Everybody cares whatever they do. Everybody does. There's 8 billion people. Everybody is unique and looks different in life. And we learn by seeing that. We're not judging. The moment you judge yourself the most. If I say all men are better than women, if I say all women are better than men, I'm judging myself as not being the man. So we're doing this to ourselves because we are so system relevant. That's why I say always segregate system relevance. It's a game we play. We have a Monopoly game. We all play it. We all use the money and everything. But primarily we are human-centric. We're human. We're one of one. And the more being dancing with other humans gives us fulfillment. And then we feel good to be alive. And we do our job in the systems. That's fine. I'm not against system. I'm saying systems need to be updated because we grow so much as humans and systems stay the same. And we have to adapt to it. And that costs a lot of energy to adapt to the system to make it work.
Well, as far as equal, I won't say that we're all equal. I mean, some people are definitely better at things than others.
Not systemically, you're right. In systems, we are not equal. But in nature, we're equal. Where's the inequality in system? They're saying, okay, elephants are better than anybody else. No.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when it comes down to doing the dirty work, men are going to do the dirty work, and most women aren't.
Yeah. No, that's a tendency. Obviously, it's like the elephant does not do the job that the ant does. You know what I mean? That's a different. It's a variant in the gender. We're all humans, and so it's about collaboration. So we do the dirty work, and they have no problem doing it. You see, if men would have the trouble doing the dirty work, then it would be something else. But since men by nature like to empty the trash, doing the dirty work, cleaning the stuff, tinkering around in the garage, there's certain things that men do, and there's certain things that women do. Hanging out with girls, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no.
But you cannot systemize it and say, oh, there's more value in this and that. No.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that.
There's the same value. We are very equal, and everybody collaborates and everybody contributes. Like me, asking me for bookkeeping, I couldn't help you a thing, but asking me for looking at context or art and telling you what the human centricity is, because I have no idea about art history or anything. I'm good. Because of my neurodiversity, I can see it. Everybody is good. And this is what life is, to figure out what is your strengths, Kyle or Michael? What is your strengths as being one of 8 billion, not being like 8 billion. See, this is so shaming, because I said, okay, Kyle, if you don't do the right job as a leader here, I'm going to get somebody else. There's nobody that can, and you know that from your teams. When you change one person, it changed the whole dynamic of the team. Whole dynamic. Everybody does their job, but it changes the dynamic. For the good and for the bad, it doesn't matter. It changes so you can't just be exchanged. It's just you are unique, and that's a value, Yeah.
I get what you're saying, because like my wife, she's a whiz when it comes to computers.
Exactly.
She has to show me, but I know how to fix the plumbing, and she doesn't.
Exactly. And by collaboration, we help each other and feel safe.
Right.
Because you feel safe with the computer, she feels safe with the plumbing. Do you see how much value there is in the human centricity when you embrace being a human? Not, oh, you don't know anything about computers? Oh, Kyle and Michael, you guys are stupid. That's system relevance. That's bullshit, It's about the human collaboration and the love that we have for each other and how we can be fulfilled by collaborating with each other, not me against you, no competition. Competition is bullshit.
I always thought it funny that were people that worked up at City Hall who had an engineering degree. So
Yeah.
they got, a big old diploma on the wall, and then they try to tell us how to put a water system together,
It's insane.
and they have no clue what's going on when they come out there and see us putting everything together.
Yep.
And when you tell them it's not going to work if you do it this way, they say, well, that's the way I was taught. That's what the books say. Well, I don't care what the book says. This is
Exactly
how it's going to work.
It's outdated. It's outdated. The thing is, things in system they outdate, and we become either grow or have better knowledge that we update. See, that's why I say systems need to be updated. When I was when in my thing as a politician, the staff is perfect. They do everything right. Only the leaders and the politicians are always mouthing off. Because they couldn't even mouth off if the staff doesn't do the right job. I mean, you think, oh my God, the United States, they're all assholes. No. If you take the top people away, the United States still functions probably better than without the top people. Because the staff of everything works perfect. Whichever city I work with or talk to, the staff is phenomenal. It's really exemplary because they are proud to work for the city. That's not some junk food place somewhere where you work in the back. No, you work for the city, and the people are proud to do this. The staff, and they do a great job. And to put that down, because these people live in a metaverse, the politicians as well as the media, and they are codependent of each other, and they are not in reality. The guy that crawls down and says, hey, Kyle, I think we should do this differently. Mm-hmm. That guy is there. The top guy just has a system certificate that he relies on because he couldn't stand his man by just be him. Like I stand my man. I have no education. Hello. And we talk, right? So that can say that's why human centricity is so important versus, and you must see that if they don't get anything out of this episode, see it, the system relevance is less worth, and you cannot lift it over the human centricity. We play that word, that life of systems, but we got to tell each other the truth. Like we just said, hey, the guy knows better than the top guy, and the top guy insists on doing that's wrong this way, and that's beautiful. I mean, if we get that across, Kyle, then we're good,
I wouldn't have had the success that I had if it hadn't been for the guys that worked for me.
Absolutely. Me too. It's never me. I never said, I said, we did it. I always say we. I never said, oh, you're such a great leader. Screw you. I was always a leader in my whole life because I'm good with humans. And I did only human job, hospitality and stuff.
Yeah.
I never said, oh, see how great I did this? No. I said, thank you, love, that you did help me. And with you guys we all felt like leaders. It's funny. We all felt like leaders because we're such a team, such a cohesive team. And said, there's no problem. When you have a team that really collaborates, anything they throw at you, you say, okay, we handle it. Guys, what we gonna do? Boom, and you do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's our feeling, right?
Exactly.
That's the feeling. Hey, oh my God, we need this, big political bullshit, and I say, hey guys, can we do it? Okay, what we need. Okay, boom, and we do it. And it's just, and we're always successful. It's not like that we're not successful. Especially when stuff comes that is just dumped down, we are successful because we really like to be challenged. We like to be, saying we're gonna handle it.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm curious. What do you write?
I wrote 6 books, 7 books, and I published 5. The 6th is coming. It's about AI, the human centricity of AI, because everybody talks, oh, AI is going to do this and that. And I said, what is AI doing for humans? Not that they make you a better system efficient so that you can do your taxes faster or emails better or whatever. That's all making you a better system worker, B, which the computer did. Remember, you were old enough. Remember when they got us the computers, they said, "Oh, Cal, what are you going to do with all the time? We have no more time, we have no more money. We do 8 times as much as before. The output per person for system, the system output per person is 8 times more than before computers. And we have not gotten more money. We have not gotten more time. We have less time and less money." And I say the AI is just doing the same thing. It's going to say, "Oh, you're going to be great." Blah, blah. Nobody has the time to look at all that shit. Before computers, right? You got 10 mails if you had a business, 10 pieces of mail, 20. If you're a big company, you got 40 pieces of mail. Now you get, when you are small, you get 150 emails. With AI, you're going to get 300 emails or 1,000 emails, and they all look like I sent them personally to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just time. It's a time wasting thing where we cannot express ourselves, find ourselves who we are, where we cannot be human centric. And it's a huge time waste. I mean, it does something good too. The computer does something good, but it's so minute compared to the time waste for the whole people that is really dangerous. And then we are more dependent on just whatever they tell us we do. Because we have no expansion of our, talking to each other like you and I talk, expansion of our perception. We can't think because we are just executing times things. I mean, I worked with AI. It's like 3 or 4 different writing things. I just wanted to check it out. Oh my God. It takes me longer. I mean, it might, do it more grammatically better. But the time it wastes for me to read through it, adjust it, align it so it is my voice, is connected to how I speak, it's just a waste. I stopped it. I don't care if I made a mistake or not. I'm not, also, when you talk to me and you make a mistake, a grammar mistake, I don't care. I'm interested in what you're saying, not, "Oh, he didn't write that word correctly." See, this is the system relevance. They say, "Oh, he's great. They did all these mistakes in spelling." I do them because I'm neurodiverse. I always have spelling mistakes. And I said, why? Why don't you think about what these guys say? It's about not, "Oh, he said, them guys came over." Oh, that you say those guys came over. No, it doesn't matter. Look what he says. It's not the form, it's it's the function.
Yeah.
Form follows function. It's not it's not dominating function,
Right. Do you have a website?
Yeah, MichaelM.com. Just one website. Michael with 2 L's. MichaelM.com. And you get my LinkedIn, art, music, books, interviews, everything. It's just one easy,
Is LinkedIn the only social that you do?
I'm on Instagram, Threads, Twitter. They're all up there, and you and I should be connected so we can cross promote the stuff. So all this stuff is up there, and whoever wants to connect me or hire me or have me as a speaker or something can do that all through this. It's very easy.
Michael, thank you so much for being on the show, man. We've run out of time.
Cal. Yeah, I love it, Cal. Yeah, thank you so much.
And we'll have to have another conversation.
Anytime. And also the people should just re-listen to this, because I think we baked a lot of stuff in that really makes you feel better. It makes your life easier.
Well, thank you again. And also want to thank all you folks out there. If you are new to the channel, I hope you'll come back. Hit that subscribe button. For my regulars, you guys are awesome because you make it possible for me to do this. And until the next one, everyone, please take care. Be kind to one another. God bless and peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Listen to the Vibes. You can catch us on Buzzsprout or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at The Vibes Broadcast Network